In the previous lesson, we saw how we can go from a static layout into a responsive one with various steps going from static to fluid and then elastic, adaptive, and finally responsive. So you can do all these steps, or you can just start by creating your website directly in a responsive way using elastic and fluid elements. And also you can use pieces of code and also like little elements, preset elements that you find also here in Dreamweaver, or you can find on the web by searching templates. And you can search for menus, you can search for buttons, you can search for images, carousels, slideshows, whatever you have in mind for your website. Now, in the previous lesson, we also introduced Bootstrap, which is a framework. So it's basically a package of elements that you can insert into your website without actually the need to write the CSS code and stylize everything. So it's kind of a starter package in a way, or a preset package that you can use. And this is the pre-built Bootstrap page that you can customize and make it your own and create all your websites and pages starting from this. Now, in this framework, you can use various Bootstrap components or elements, and you will find them here in insert. There you go. So you have HTML standard components or elements, and then you have forms if you want to create forms. And for this, you probably need to create a dynamic website, which means that it's a website that you can send information, you can receive information. So you probably need PHP and MySQL. So it's going to be a little bit more complex. And then you have jQuery for mobile, jQuery UI, user interface, favorites, and that's it. But mainly we're going to focus on Bootstrap components and HTML because these are like the easiest one to use. But remember, you have here the insert panel with a lot of stuff. In this lesson, we're also going to talk about the DOM and this how we can use this panel. And also, you have other things you can insert, which are the snippets. You have Bootstrap snippets right here, which they're going to be like mostly user interface, user experience components or elements. And most of those, you will find them also here. And then you have CSS, animations, transition, effects, snippets, which are like little pieces again that you can insert in your page. And so these are actually pieces of code. So if you use these, you can directly place them into the code. And then you have JavaScript, PHP, and others, responsive design, media queries, etc., etc. So these are like presets, preset pieces of code, presets elements, presets objects that you can insert into your HTML, into your CSS, and including Bootstrap. So as usual, Dreamweaver will help you a lot with all these tools and panels. DOM stands for Document Object Model, and if you investigate here on the web, you will find more example. But basically, it's something that can help you to deal with specific objects that you can like move around and manage with a tree structure or hierarchy that will, simplify a lot the way you can design the elements in your page, the components in your page. So as usual, you'll find all the other advanced information on the web. And about Bootstrap, so if you want to know more about Bootstrap, you have the official site right here, and you also have tutorials, introduction. You can use Bootstrap in whatever HTML page you are creating. And to use that, you can see here a link. You need to do some adjustments in the head, and then you can use Bootstrap in your page. But all of this is taken care of by the Dreamweaver application, so you don't need to do any of this. But if you want to do it manually, you're welcome to do it, and you'll find all the information on the official website with examples. You can download examples, you can download source code. It's an open source website, and here you have also the various components like Bootstrap icons, and color modes, snippets. So snippets are basically, you can see here, like preset things like the simple header or the sidebar, or let's see here, drop down menus, footers, badges, breadcrumbs, etc., etc. So you can get stuff from here, or you can get it directly here in the insert or in the snippets in Dreamweaver. So I think that's good enough about Bootstrap, but essentially this is what it is, and we can read it also here. It's a front-end toolkit, so to define the user interface and with JavaScript and CSS. Now, let's close this. A similar concept is in the CMS application or content management system. We have many CMS that we can use, and the most popular is probably WordPress, and then we have Drupal, Joomla, and others that are specific for e-commerce. If you want to create a online store, or some of these are for just blogging, creating posts and blog. So you have many, and you have also specific CMS for a specific task. And so what they do is they essentially create a system, a mechanism when you can just go there and create your pages really easy. Everything is, kind of preset. So let's say like WordPress, for example. Then this is the dashboard of WordPress. So you can come here and put like multimedia containers and embed images, videos, music, or you can also insert more add-ons and you can have additional features. So basically all the programming part or the scripting part is taking care of the CMS, and you just need to fill it with content. This is why they're called content management system, because they just manage the content that you put in. So you don't need to do anything else. Everything like the CSS or JavaScript or any other language, also PHP, etc., and also the database for like the MySQL database, and everything is going to be handled by the CMS. You don't need to do anything essentially except work on your content. So you can create like 1,000 pages really easy. And if you want, you can also customize it. If you are a little bit more expert, you can get into the code and change the code itself, like CSS, etc., etc., now that you know how to do it. Okay, this is just to show you also alternatives to Dreamweaver, and you can start creating your WordPress website free. And also you can find video courses in the channel about CMS and especially WordPress. So I'm going to close this now, and let's go back to our Dreamweaver. I'm going to create a new lesson as usual. So I'm going to go to File and Manage Site, create a new site, which is going to be our lesson 15. And I'm going to create a folder specific for that. So to keep everything nice and organized as usual. So it's going to be lesson 15. And I'm going to use this folder here to store everything I need to store. And as usual, it's going to be only on the local machine. It's not going to be in remote. For that, you need to connect to a provider. You need FTP. You need to define a server. So I'm going to go and create a simple site. So the first example we did with Bootstrap in the previous lesson, we went for the built-in page. So if I do create new, I can go here and I have Bootstrap framework that I can use. So I can create a new one. I can include a pre-built layout. Now in this case, I don't want to do that. Now you can also do it from here, or you can also do it from here. Well, in this case, if you do it directly in the HTML, you need to copy and paste the link to connect to Bootstrap. So let's do this like automatically thanks to Dreamweaver. So I'm going to do HTML, create new. I don't want a pre-built layout, and I don't want to spend time customizing this. We already talked about this, so just going to go and create. And there you go. Now you can see the changes here. In the meta tag, we have this link to a Bootstrap CSS that has been configured. So you can see all these files have been set for us, and this is all the stuff that uses Bootstrap. Okay, now they also appear here